Hi all, welcome back to my channel TechnoMonk. Okay, and we are continuing with our series on ServiceNow CSM, right? So, in today's tutorial, we'll be looking on to interactions, okay, and how we can verify any profiles out there. So, what is interaction first of all? So, an interaction is a record of communication between a customer and a live or virtual agent, or both, regarding a specific query. So, for an instance, we have a customer. Okay, so let's take this as a customer. So we have a customer. Now customer always have a choice. Okay, that he he will have with him, he will have different channels to route through, and using channels he can talk to, we can say, either virtual agent or live agent. So it can be virtual agent or it can be live agent kind of thing, live agent kind of thing. And based on this discussion, what it creates, it will create interactions. And the interactions, if it requires follow-up or it's critical, it's complex. Okay, so this interaction can lead to the creation of cases. So we will not create cases in every scenario. Cases will come into existence whenever we need a follow-up only. Okay, when we talk about channels, now there are different kind of channel it can be. Okay, it can be via portal, it can be via engagement manager, it can be via messaging, phone, walk-up, email, video, Zoom call, anything can be there, right? Now, what's the state transition for interactions, right? So when we talk about interactions, right, so if we take it as interactions, now interactions starts with a new state. Okay, so the initial state we can call it as new. First state will be new state, then the work begins, right? So as soon as the work begins, the state get changed to work in progress. So the next state will be work in progress. So work in progress is done. After the work in progress, the next state is like we have a state called on hold. So if we need some information from the client, from the customer, so we can put the thing on hold. So this is the third state, and it's a bidirectional state. So you can consider it goes in both the way out. Then if agent is able to resolve the query, right, then we can move it to close complete, close complete. And if the inquiry is cancelled or must no longer be resolved, then we can move it to close abandon. So this is the practical, this is the how the state transition goes for interaction. So in today's today, now this is the entire flow. Okay, for interaction it goes for new, work in progress. Okay, if it's agent is able to resolve it out, then it goes to close complete, or and if it's not required only, okay, then we can move it to close abandon also. And we have additional state called on hold. Now the thing is that key, whenever a new interaction comes in, okay, after the interaction record is saved, okay, agent can use the lookup and verify feature as follow. So basically, what is lookup and verify rule? So if an interaction record is already populated with contact or consumer information from a chat or from a phone, the agent can review that information and confirm that is correct. And if no consumer or customer information is available, the agent can search for this information, select the appropriate contact or consumer, and confirm the information and populate that interaction record. So what's the core need for it? So whenever an agent talks to any customer, so we want that customer is known to the platform. Okay, that's the core essence. So how we can set it up? So for that, let's take a use case and we'll try to understand. You will get more understanding when we start looking from the use case perspective. So first and foremost thing, what we want to do, that when a business customer interact with an agent, right? As we mentioned, we want to have lookup and verify kind of thing. So whenever business customer interact with an agent, the agent must be logged with the verification that the customer is known business connect. If he's not there in the database, okay, at the start we also need to create a provision through which they can create the new customer out there. What so why we need that? Okay, the first reason is to avoid time being wasted on interaction with non-eligible business contact. If someone is just doing random calls, okay, and we are just entertaining you, that's not needed. That's why we need verification. And also agent to have the capability to create a business contact if the latter is considered trusted but does not exist in the customer service application yet. So it's a new customer, then also we want to create it out. So let's do the configuration for it and then we will see the use case as a whole. So first and the foremost thing, as a system administrator, what we have to do, we have to select this application which is CSM Lookup Verify application, because this is the application where this configuration is stored. Then what you have to do, you just go to all and search for Lookup and Verify. Under workspace experience, Lookup Verify, and you can go for configuration out there. And over here, as we are looking for contact, right? Okay, so you can open the contact lookup thing. So it's taking some time to load. So as you can see, the name is contact lookup. Okay, minimum character to start. So we have a search bar which we'll be seeing on the portal on the workspace. So when you type 4 characters, the the search will get trigger. Okay, this is the trigger minimum character to start type it search. So I will reduce it to 3 for now, and maximum result count, okay, we want 10. Person type customer contact, it's searching for the customer contact table, and here it will see कि whenever we are searching for type head, which primary field it will look for, right? So we will keep it as name, and over here the secondary field is like what fields we want to see when the result section comes up. So it has multiple things like account, mobile number, phone, email address. So let's remove some of the things from there. So I will remove, um, I want account, I want email. Instead of mobile, I want business phone, because it's a we are considering as a business customer user. Then we want time zone so that we can decide at what time we can connect with that. And we will not look for address, because let's consider that we all are working in the remote. This support itself is a remote support, and you have to make it active. Okay, so I will just save it out. Now you have done the configuration for contact lookup, but in order to search it out, you need to provide certain role also, right, to the person, okay, who can search it out. So for that, what you have to do, you can go to user administrator and go to groups. So you must be knowing that we already have a group in the system called customer service support. So we'll search for that role, customer service support. Perfect. And we'll take someone from this particular group only. And over here, we have to give this role, contact manager. So if you have this role, contact manager, then only you'll be able to to get the options in the workspace, okay, to look up and verify the contact. So you have to give this role sn underscore customer service dot contact manager. And now we'll like for some, let's take this particular Jody Seals. Okay, we'll be using this user as a customer agent representative kind of thing. So this is the basic configuration you have to do whenever you, and based on your company's need, your configuration may change. Now let's consider a factor. Okay, there is a user called Robert Turner, okay, who is the head of facility management and a new employee at Sharks Hotel, and he wants to call your customer service for, to report an internet issue at their hotel. So this particular agent will help him with that query. So what we'll do, we will just impersonate with this user. I'll just go to impersonation and I will just, let's search for Jody Seal. I will impersonate her out. And now where exactly this interaction will work, where exactly this interaction can be created. So for that, what you have to do, you have to just navigate to workspace. Under workspace, you have to go to CSM FSM configurable workspace. And how to create a new interaction. So this is home page point where you can see all the stats, how many high priority cases you have, how many SA bridge, and all those things out. What all activities are there under my name, my team's cases, what all activities are there for the particular group, cases pending cases for the group, and all the analytics around the same. Now if you want to create a new interaction, so Robert called you out, right? Now you want to create an interaction for it. So what you have to do, you have to just go to add and click on new interaction. Okay, it will take some time to load, and as soon as you uh, this pop-up will come up where you can see number, what is the state of interaction, what is the account. Okay, account we will keep empty. We have to just go with the type. So what is the medium of this communication? Okay, whether it happened with chat, via email, messaging, phone, or what. So we'll select phone for now. And what you have to do, I will just update like internet issue. We don't have any details about the user till now. Okay, so and what you have to do, you have to just save the interaction. So I will just save the interaction. Now because we did that configuration before, okay, for contact configurations, okay, and we have provided the role to the agent, he can see this option called Contact Verify. So if we click, now we have to see, right? Robert called us out, but we want to check whether the Robert exists in our system. Okay. If not, we can create a new contact, or we can just verify that, okay, this is the Robert. So for that, what we have to do, as we have made the typed search for 3 characters, we'll just type 3 characters over here, Rob. And now as soon as we search it out, we can see Robert Turner right now. But now here is a catch. Okay, so uh, this Robert Turner got created, is present over here. It's showing one record only because with Robert, I think there is only one contact present at this particular point of time. And as soon as you click on this contact, right, you will be able to see this contact card. And if you see closely, ah, why it's coming all these things out. Let's just verify quickly. So I will just go to, okay, we will verify it out, that contact card. So you can see whatever we have defined on that on the contact configuration. Okay, all those 4 fields are available over here. Now we have this Robert Turner in our system. Okay, but as I mentioned earlier, this person, according to us, so how, what is the use case if I want to just, so here's Robert, is Robert, and he just joined a new job, okay, in a hotel, Shark Hotels. Okay, So we can say new joiner at Shark Hotel. Now he just want to raise an internet issue, right? And for that he just called via phone to our company, and be, as a result of it, the interaction record we are creating. Now when the interaction record get created, right? Now the agent steps in. So let's consider this is a he's the agent. Now this agent, he's a agent. Now this agent, he wants to see if the system knows Robert from start. So basically what he is doing, he's trying to search for Robert. If we exist, he will just validate the information, and if something is not matching, he will try to update it out or create a new contact for it. If he is completely not present, okay, so search for Robert, and now he will get two options out there. This two option, either he can verify or he can create. Perfect. So this is the entire now problem statement. So here he was able to find the Robert, but here we can see the account is Unity system, but as we mentioned, he is a part of Shark Hotels group now, right? So for that, what he has to do, we will be creating a new contact for him, okay, because this email ID and all those things probably is not right for him. So we'll just click on create new contact, and we will create new contact and give the details. So we'll try to give the same detail. It's Robert, the last name is Turner, then the account is now Shark Hotels. Perfect. Now we change this out. What is his designation? So we found that okay, he is head of facility management. Preferred language is English for him, and the new email ID. So we are creating new contact for him. Okay. So new email ID, mobile number, business. Will keep it as is for now, and we create. So as soon as we create it out, this contact has been saved and verified. Okay, so we created a new contact and verified it out because we manually entered it out, right? And as soon as we do that, we can see the account got automatically selected to Shark Otis, and the contact got set to Robert Turner. So this is how it goes. Okay, and you can see at the banner also it got created with Robert Turner. Perfect. So this is how you can create interactions, and you can either look up for a user or verify the user out there. So this is all for today's tutorial. In today's tutorial, we have seen how we can look up and verify the user on CSM front. So this is all for now. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you, and see you in the next tutorial.